Day 138, and just wanted to show you the sky again. Also, my favorite part of the Tesla, the lights, Tesla. My daughter corrects me all the time, Tesla. I can change colors on those lights. You see the green lights, and they go all the way around. I love so many things about the Tesla, as I've talked about before, but the lights are probably like the coolest thing to me. I've always been big on, fluorescent lights and stuff like that. So, but what I wanted to talk about today, kind of, an extension of what I've been talking about. And I started talking about last week with the changing seasons, and just every day, I think since that video, has been a challenge. And speaking of challenge, on Friday, I introduced that challenge where we're, as I mentioned yesterday, closing our eyes and, reminding ourselves that this is the real world and out here is the projection. And so my subconscious must have given me that knowing that I was going to need it through this little stretch here, because every day is just, it's not even like challenging things are happening in the simulation, but it's like I'm finding myself just like overwhelmed with those old thoughts. And I was listening to a motivational video today, and it was called You versus You, and it was The Rock who was talking, and he was saying, it's just you versus you, like nothing else matters. And we always talk about the old person. And so when I heard you versus you before, it's kind of like, if you just think you're you, it's like, but now that we know that there's an old person and we're becoming this new person, now when I hear that you versus you, it makes so much more sense. And so when I'm in those moments where I finally realize okay, this is just the old person who has kind of thrown a bag over my head for the last hour and a half, but now I'm realizing that's all that is. That's not me anymore. And so once I'm able to realize it, I come out of it, just like I did last night. Now, the whole thing about this is that, you might say well, you're falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. You're doing all these techniques, and it's like you're making these videos and stuff, and it might seem like, holy wow, you have to do a lot to pull yourself out of this. I thought it was just falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. But everybody's going to be different. And the thing about this is that, and Abraham Hicks talked about this a lot in her teachings when she was talking about you're going to get better and better, and you're going to be able to catch it quicker and quicker. I never really understood what that meant until now, falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. It's like even when that old person takes over or is able to sneak in, instead of him taking over for months at a time and just crippling me, and then me having to kind of dig myself out and come back, now it's like he only gets me for an hour here and there, where it's because I have all these reminders like I talked about last night. Now I'm reminded if I'm being negative towards somebody that I'm normally positive to. Whereas before, it was just I was always negative to the same people. But now that I've seen a difference, and I've seen a change, and I've seen who I want to be and who I really am, now it's almost like a fish has come out of water. It's like I know there's something different now. So now I know that that's not me, and I can be somebody else. When I'm being nasty or negative, that is my first cue that I'm not present. But at the same time, he pulls it. It still takes a little bit of time to become aware. And so I just want to keep sharing this and letting you know, like, still, it's not like every day is just a walk in the park. It's just constant challenges, and not even challenges from the outside. It's challenges from within. They're coming from within. But I'm getting better and better and better. And it's only because I continue to fall asleep in the wish fulfilled, and I continue to be grateful, and I continue to make these videos and talk about these things, because otherwise it's just all in my head. If we're not in the community together, and like Kate's been sharing a little bit, and Shadow Flare shares, and Bren is sharing, and it's like we're all sharing, instead of it just being like something that's just swirling around in your head, and it's like, well, it could be true, maybe not, and then you just kind of like, fall back into who you were. It's just like we're all sharing together, and we're all kind of experiencing the same challenges. And so it brings it out. There's something about that, like bringing it out into the open and just doing this together, instead of just trying to be an island and kind of do it, by yourself, which is what I've always done. So again, you are all helping me as much as, I may be helping you. So I appreciate that. I appreciate YouTube for giving me this platform to make these videos and share this information and my experiences to help. All right. So, Lion's Den, 4 people checked in: Brent, Kate, Shadow Flare, and Nora, all falling asleep in the wish fulfilled. Lee Hodges and Thankful, I'm sure they'll check in. But those are the 4 that checked in last night. And that's going to be it for today. Day 138 in the books. Day 139 tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped whoever needed it. And I'll see you tomorrow. 139. Love you all.